How's it going, ladies and gentle germs? I made this a couple of weeks ago. People watched, but a few sent comments saying that I was lazy because it had Gundam legs. Maybe they didn't get the premise of the video, which was building a KONFLIKT'47 vehicle for under 20 quid. Maybe these haters didn't pay attention and just zapped through the video to the glamour shots simply because it was too boring. Well, in this video, I'm going to do a step-by-step guide on making some scratch-built legs. My name is Aaron, and you're watching Terrain by Aaron. So we're going to need some material to start this project. Beads, doodads, more doodads, baking soda, a length of cable tidy, and a hobby knife. Oh, and let's not forget super glue. Now, my vehicle is called the Trench Buster. It looks like a spider, has long legs that can walk over and pew-pew the trenches. You've seen the thumbnail. So the first thing I need, I get some of these doodads that was gifted to me from a subscriber. What I'm doing here is trying to burn off the shiny plastic using a flame in a well-ventilated room. Fumes will damage those lungs, so wear a respirator. And I'm also taking care not to burn my fingertips. Second, let's get some beads. Now I'm looking for medium-sized beads. I can't believe I'm talking about beads. These beads will do. They're not too big, they're not too small. Next, what I'm going to do with that bead is get some of these doodads, which was also gifted by the same person who gifted me the first lot of doodads. I hope you're paying attention because I'm only going to say this once. This is a cable tidy. I'm going to chop it down into little tiny lengths. This is going to act as my connection point for the bead. Now, baking powder. Baking powder is something that if you mix it with super glue, it makes all the joins really strong. So grab that bead, dollop some glue on top of it, position the piece of cable tidy just like that, and then we can sprinkle the baking powder onto the glue. And then just for good measure, what I'll do is I'll go around the seam again with some more glue and then sprinkle some more baking powder on top just to make sure that puppy isn't going anywhere. Now this bit is going to be difficult to show because it's clear, but I cut an L shape into the plastic, sand it down so doodah 2 can stick to doodah 1. I make sure nothing's going to fall off by adding some more baking powder. Excuse this next term, I stick the tip into the bead at an angle. Adding that bit of cable allowed me to do this. So that's how I built one of the Trench Buster's legs. I've only got 5 more to do. And as if by magic, here are the 5 more legs that I scratch built earlier on. So with that done, we're off to the races. Let's get some kit bashing started. I bought 2 model kits from my local hobby store. Both were €10. This is a 172 scale Sherman tank, and this a T28 Fennec Trojan plane. Again, only €10 and 172 scale. Both kits made by Hella. And to upset more people, I'm going to use this plane as the main body for this scratch build. So I begin clippy things off the sprue and start assembling the plane together. I add the cockpit glass, I add the exhaust doodah to the front of the plane, glue down the back wings, assemble the main wings, but I don't want those wings, I just want the bit in the middle. Now it's time to see if my scratch building is up to scratch. By gluing on the legs, you'll notice the plane is upside down. I like the shape better that way, and it'll also give me a larger surface to work on shortly. I reinforce the gluing area with some more baking powder. Now my first bin of greeblies comes out. The other half actually gave me these false nails last year as she didn't need them, and I thought I could use some of these as shoulder braces on the legs. So with a bit of super glue, I'll just add these false nails to the tops of the knee joints and pop some more of that cable tidy into those two gaps on the top. The other half also gave me some beads. Now, she either knows I'm borrowing stuff off her, or there's an ulterior motive behind this, like she's looking for a new kitchen. Either way, I'm going to use these beads just to add as rivets on top of the false nails. Next, one of my favourite toys is the pipe maker by Green Stuff World. Make a worm shape using some rare green stuff putty, roll the roller over it gently, and I have a pipe. Look at that. You can't really see, but there is little ribs there, and that looks like a pipe. Do that a bunch of times, and then what I do is I'll leave it for about 20 minutes just to get, excuse the expression, semi-hard, and then I can position it into the places that I want pipes. Next, I found this kit that had basically fallen behind the shelf I store all my kits on, and thought the flamethrower unit would look good on my build. This is also a 1/72 scale kit, €13 by Model Collect. So while I do that, I'm going to put names on screen from subscribers of the channel who leave comments with the code word, which will be coming very soon. If you're not a subscriber, it's free to do so. I release builds weekly, every Sunday 6 PM GMT time. If you fancy supporting the channel further, I do have a members page. Just hit that join button, €2 a month to keep me supplied with materials. Other than that, just subscribing, liking and hyping the video is more than I could ask for and makes what I do worthwhile. And yes, while I built this, I made a boo-boo. I didn't put the two ends the correct way. Never mind, I'll make it work. I spotted these on Amazon. They were €5, smaller than I thought they would be, and that's not the first time I've heard that. Anyway, and they are dust covers apparently for computers, but I thought they'd make great looking mesh covers when cut down. And these will cover all the gaps that I have on my vehicle, so I'm just covering either side of the gappiness with some of this mesh. And you'll also notice a jump in the build process. While I added the top part of the Sherman tank, I forgot to film that bit. My bad. So let's move on to the code word. If you're leaving a comment, put the code word in the comment so I know you got here before skipping to the glamour shots. And the code word is Bust a Beat. Please also like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Now you've seen me do this a bunch of times before, so on goes the black primer. And there we go, and obviously I'll put it on something that's black so you can't see. There we go. Let's have a look. That's the black primer down, and it looks totally different once paint goes on, which is a relief. Because I had a lot of success with the chipping on my Star Wars pod racer, I'm going to do it again on this one, as I felt it would be all scratched up since it's in the trenches, so rust colour goes on first. I'm using Gallery's Turbo X mini airbrush and compressor combo, and they also gave me a 10% code to use on their website. If you want to try out any of their products, take the code before they pull the code from me. Link to their website is in the description of this video, and I pulled a name out of the hat to name the airbrush Basil Brush. So that's it. The airbrush name is Basil Brush. Thank you all so much for suggesting names. I really do like Basil Brush, and Basil is doing a fine job of now coating all the Kitbash with a sand colour. So once the paint is dry, using a wet pokey A-stick or a stiff brush, I begin rubbing the paint gently until it starts to come away. Now excuse all these suggestive names in this video, I'm making myself blush. I find using the stiff brush a lot better than the pokey ear stick, so revert to the brush, and the paint is coming away, as you can see. So I'm going to do that for all the model. I'm going to use some of this silver paint just to hit the rivets. Black will go down just for the piping. A little light blue just to highlight some of the little details that are inside this flamethrower. I'll also add a couple of transfers to the model. And to the base, which I usually skip over, but more of you are asking how I make them, so here goes. 2 bits of XPS foam, positioned in such a way so my walker looks like it's tacking the trench. Next, I'm just going to cut one little bit down in half like that. That is for the trench bit. Using hot glue, I'll attach the top to the bottom. Then lots of coffee stirring sticks are cut to size and using extra strong PVA glue stuck to the foam board. Now I can trim all the coffee stirring sticks later on, but for now I decided I needed a little sort of gap in the middle, so I'm just going to cut that out. More coffee stirring sticks for the edge of the wall. Sprinkle some soil from the garden, which I've dried off and baked in a very low oven just to get rid of all the nasty creepy crawlies. Give the stirring sticks a little colour, top it off with a little dry brush, and that is the base. Simple, no stress, no hassle. So that's it. This is the end of the video. The glamour shots are coming next. Don't forget to do all that YouTubery stuff by liking, subscribing and hyping the video if you so wish. Check out Gallery's website, and don't forget I've got that 10% discount code in the description. And until next time, keep scratching that build, everybody. Thank you very much for stopping by.